some things I wouldn't miss, but I look at your pants and I need a kiss. Why can't I get just one screw? Why can't I get just one screw? Believe me, I know what to do, but something won't let me make love to you. Why can't I get just one fuck? Why can't I get just one fuck? I guess it's got something to do with luck, but I waited my whole life for just one day. After day, I get angry.
Welcome to The Planet, the podcast for L Word fans. I'm Casey.
And I'm Elka. This week we'll be discussing Lady of the Lake.
So we begin this episode with a lovely rendition of the Charlie's Angels Lesbos. The beginning of the show was the result of a contest that the L Word put together last season. What was it? Design an opening scene?
Write a scene.
And that's what they wrote. What did you write that they rejected?
The Ninja Jenny, where Jenny's on the roof of the planet throwing stars at people.
I'm really
Not
surprised.
like ninja stars, but like chicken and stars.
Ew. Maybe just the stars, because otherwise it'd be like, don't say chicken. That's my word.
Oh, that's your word?
Mine and that dude that called in and works at KFC. My opening sequence was, did you ever see that episode of the Brady Bunch where the washing machine overflows and Bobby, I think it's Bobby, is in there and he's like, help! Help! And like the suds are over his head?
Uh-huh.
My opening sequence was much like that, except for instead of soap bubbles, it was just boobs. Every character's like, I'm in the boobs. Help me! I'm in the boobs! I don't know if I actually submitted that or if it was just a crazy daydream. Probably both.
I liked the Charlie's Angels dream sequence.
What was up with Shane's accent?
I know, give her girly hair and makeup and all of a sudden she has a southern accent.
Her hair was funny.
A really, really bad southern accent.
They had Gayar guns.
But what will happen to our hair? They all had BJ lips.
Ew! I don't
Their
really know what
lips
that
are all
means,
pouty and they kept opening their mouths and like panting and
panting.
thrusting their chests out and
What are you
tossing their
bobbing
shiny
about
hair.
right now?
I'm showing you.
Well, it was weird.
Heaving.
It was
is the
cute. It
word.
was a cute scene. Props to the girl who did that. I don't know her name.
Props to the hairstylist.
Props to the fucking lip gloss manufacturer.
But do you think that the scene actually had any relevance to the show? They
Oh,
hit
the Gaydar
Yeah,
thing?
they hit Jenny with the Gaydar gun, and it's like, gate, straight
Yes.
gay.
Yes, I think she's a flipper.
What's a flipper?
You know what a flipper is.
I think she's a tourist.
Okay, well, that's slightly different. A tourist is when you're straight, and then you're like, I'm going to try to be gay. Or you're like, I'm gay. And then you realize that you're not, and then you go back to being straight.
Well, in my opinion, Jenny's a tourist because she's just doing it because it's cool, and she wants the attention. When she was straight, she was Tim's little meek, straight girlfriend, and when she's gay, she's spending the month in Tulum at some billionaire's villa.
Okay.
So
It's villa.
in Mexico, wouldn't it be a villa?
They still say villa.
All right, at a billionaire's villa.
Actually, I don't know. I think I'm wrong. I think that's a stupid, you're dumb. No.
Okay, well, how does that differ from a flipper?
A flipper, it'd be like me. I'm gay. I've always been gay. I'm a total fucking gay-mo. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be straight. So
Like
that's
Tina.
like, Tina's bisexual.
She's not, though. She was straight, and then she was gay, and then she was straight, and then now she's gay.
Well, who's not like that? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like, Alice is bisexual, and Max is currently bisexual, but he probably won't stay that way.
He's gonna
But
be-
Tina's a
okay.
flipper, and Jenny's a tourist.
No wonder straight people are put off by us. We don't even know how to define this shit, and they're like, those people are confused. But here's the real question. This must have crossed that gigantic brain of yours at some point. Okay, Max. I'm so confused by this character. And it's not that I'm confused by transgendered people, because I don't think I am. But I probably am, but I don't know about it. But anyway.
You're confused about whether you're confused.
Maybe I am confused about transgendered, but I don't think I am. Max. He was, at one point in his life, straight. Because he said he wasn't a gold star. Oh, wait, is he talking about Billy when he said that?
I think Moira probably did it with her cousin back behind the barn or something. I mean...
Wow, I completely forgot that he used to be Moira, and when you said that, I was like, whoa. With his cousin?
I don't know.
With the chickens. Chicken necks. Question is, whatever sexuality Max was up to the point where we saw his character, let's just dismiss that for now, because we don't know. He came on the show, he's a gay woman.
A lesbian. Is what
Yes.
it's known as colloquially.
I don't really like that word. But okay, fine, he was a lesbian. No, he was a gay woman.
A homeowner.
He dated Jenny. He was a gay woman. He was a lesbian.
He was a gay woman. That's such a funny sentence. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
Max was a gay woman. Then Max decided that he was a man inside. So then he decided he was going to become a man outside. So that makes him transgendered. But then he decided, no, I'm not doing it. But he's still transgendered, not transsexual, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, boop. You know something's going to happen with the translator dude. Does that make him a gay man? Does that make him a straight woman? Does that make them both straight?
It makes him a gay guy.
Okay, biologically speaking, that makes them a straight couple.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he has an X and a Y chromosome. But as far as gender expression, they would be a gay couple.
Right.
Okay, but I don't think this is like some other weird bullshit that Max is doing. That actually, I think, is kind of common.
Yeah, I don't think it's like crazy bizarro. I think that's actually probably one of the most normal states that has happened within Max's character so far.
I can totally understand why if you're a woman, you wouldn't be a straight woman, but the same individual could be a gay guy.
I was just talking about this with someone, and I was like, I think if I was a man, I'd be a gay man. But then I was like,
I totally would.
I don't know. I really don't know. I can't imagine being a straight woman. That's just icky to me.
I don't know what to say, because like if I were a guy, I'd think being a gay guy would be kind of hot. But as a girl, I don't want to have sex with gay boys.
I feel the same way. Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're gay men inside.
That's the whole...
What's your tranny name?
I don't want to be a
you
tranny.
You could just still be Casey. I'd have to be Elvis.
Yes. No,
I'm
Elkin.
Elvis. That's my gay transgendered name.
I don't really remember how we went off on this tangent. Do you remember where we started?
We are still in the Charlie's Angels scene.
Oh, that's right.
Which Max wasn't even in, and yet we're already talking about.
Well, no, because we started talking about tourists and flippers, and
so it's a little unclear why they were checking Jenny with the gaydar and why it said gate.
Gate.
So I don't know.
Gaight.
Yeah. And the concept of the gaydar gun is okay, but in my opinion, it would be a lot more useful if you could shoot the gaydar gun and alter the persons or make them not gay. There are many people. There are many people I would bring over,
like
to
Miss
our
Cleo.
side.
Miss Cleo, you would make her ungay.
Yes, Mistress Cleo. She goes back to the straights.
Mistress?
Wasn't that her name? Or was it just Miss
know.
Cleo?
Who else would you put over on the straight side?
I'll keep Susie Orman. I'll keep Jodie Foster. I'm getting rid of Rosie O'Donnell. She goes.
I would almost get rid of Ellen, but not quite.
Are you high?
We were keeping Portia, though. We'd have to divide them. No, I'd keep Ellen.
What about the guys? David Ratcliffe, he's a gay now. If I have the gaydar gun, I would like to see him in some gay porn. Oh my God, what's happening to me?
You're turning into a gay man. We'd keep Doogie Howser. We'd keep Douglas Copeland.
The thing I didn't understand about the Charlie's Angels dream sequence, though, was why was Tina dressed up like Harry Potter?
I'm not sure. She was supposed to be Bosley. Did you ever watch the Charlie's Angels?
I saw the movie.
Okay, it's not the same thing. Then we go to the gym, a place where all of the L-Word characters apparently spend a lot of time, and we have never seen them there before.
That is not true at all. We have seen Tina in spinning class.
It's just spin class.
There's no ing?
No.
Sorry. Well, you know, I'm so sporty, but I don't know all the lingo.
Right. Well, they haven't spent a lot of time there in the past. They look like, literally, they've been spending a lot of time there, with the exception of Jenny, who's obviously not the type who works out.
Yeah, she just doesn't eat.
She just is genetically unflawed, I think.
Yeah. I know this is a little off topic, but you know who looks like they spend a lot of time at the gym? Peggy Peabody. Did you see her calves?
Yes, I couldn't miss the calves.
She must work out a lot. Okay, anyway.
I thought that Shane had unusually large biceps for someone of her size, and I thought that Peggy Peabody must be a cyclist.
Her legs are better than mine, and she's probably at least 5 years older than me.
She's got like a little mini brick.
I know, it's bizarro. She
It's
looks
nice.
like Nancy Reagan a lot this episode.
Nancy Reagan?
Because she's like a toothpick body with a giant head.
Oh, wow. Nancy Reagan is not an attractive person. I think you're...
Well, no, but just the whole giant head, like the lollipop thing.
Tina and Alice enter the gym wearing last year's sunglasses.
Because the show was filmed last year.
Because...
Were they those white Kanye West sunglasses? What?
No, they were like aviators. And then they start talking, and we discover, or we hear, at least I think for the first time, that someone has thrown a rock through Shane's window. And she's like, oh, it's one of those wedding fuckers. But clearly, this is leading into something that you were talking about. Don't you think it was the same person who burned the place down?
Well, no, because remember you mentioned in the last podcast that she just left her car there since she escaped with Jenny. Mm-hmm. So they probably threw a rock through her window when she abandoned her own car.
What? I thought they meant her house.
Oh, I thought you meant a rock through the car window.
I don't know which one it was.
Okay, maybe it is like an ongoing thing with...
And then it's all going to build up to somebody's after her.
Somebody's after
Well,
her.
somebody burned her business down. A rock through the window? Like, what the fuck? So she's sexless. It's obviously not working out for her. And I think that her sexlessness is going to last this episode, which is good. Okay, you can't be like, okay, I'm off sex. I'm going to go to the gym. There's all kinds of hotties there, like half naked, and then going to the locker room. How many boobs did we count? Like 10 boobs in the locker room alone.
And it was like 16 women, because a lot of them, we just got one boob, because it was artful in a way that was totally not...
Artful?
Not, I don't know.
No,
For
it
some
wasn't at
reason,
all.
I think showing only one boob is artsy.
No, it was totally not artful in that those women were completely unnatural. The one lady had a duffel bag on her.
That
and she
was
was
the
just
best
like,
part.
"Doo-doo-doo-doo."
She goes to her locker, picks up the duffel bag, and walks away without a shirt. I loved that part.
And then they keep talking about Jenny's personal assistant, like making us believe that she's a total fucking nutbag. Because Tina's like, it's gross. There's something wrong with her.
Well, clearly there is something wrong with her.
What?
I don't know yet.
That's what personal assistants do.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the thing with Adele is all about how much she gets paid. If she were doing this for free, she's a fucking nutbag.
Right.
But if she's getting paid, that's what assistants do.
Okay, the Subaru pink ride. But okay, first of all, Jenny is at the gym. That's weird. She's
Yeah.
there with her assistant. That's weird. But weirdest of all is that she's like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing that. I'm in training. What? She's supposed to be this self-centered asshole. And now she's like, I'm going to do a century ride for breast cancer.
Is it a century?
I don't know, probably.
Jenny Schechter would fucking drop dead. She can't do a century.
Anyway.
You have to train really hard, you guys. She can't even take her own pulse.
I don't get this. Is this just a breast cancer awareness thing they're doing?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, Team Dana. And then there was a little bit of foreshadowing, I thought, with they mentioned, like, oh, we should invite Jody. Shane said, she didn't even know Dana. And then Jenny says, yeah, but she has breasts. But I thought that that was like foreshadowing. There's going to be weirdness about Jody and Tina being in the same place at the same time. And I think maybe Shane doesn't like Jody.
Oh, interesting, because Shane kind of likes everybody.
Well, why would Shane say that?
Well, remember, Shane was so invested in Bet and Tina being like her stable relationship that she had to look up to, especially in season 1.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I just have to say that suddenly Shane's celibate this episode and she looks like ass. Instantly. She's all pale and her hair is fucked up and she has dark circles under her eyes and her eyebrows are all like tensed. She looks terrible. It's like, give that girl some boob right away.
And she talks too much now. She didn't talk so much when she was just on the prowl all the time.
She didn't talk that much when she was doing snorty drugs with her little gay boyfriend.
Cocaine doesn't make her talk, but celibacy does.
You know what would be funny is if Shane does it, she stays celibate, but she loses all her friends because nobody can stand her.
She's kind of annoying now. You're right, she doesn't look as hot. Her hair looked a little fucked up this episode.
Yeah.
She looked like a chia pet. Fell on the floor and the dog started to eat it. Yeah, and she has too much energy. I don't like Shane with energy. I like her like,
Shane's laid back. That's her thing.
What?
Would you stop with the what thing? You've done it every episode.
I'm sorry. I'll stop now.
Okay, you can do it.
What? What? What?
You're really cute tonight. Your cheeks are rosy.
Well, that's because I'm not celibate. Then we go to the planet where we see...
Grace is back!
Yay!
I missed her and her cute cheekbones.
She's super cute. It seems like she's just friends with Max now, which is weird because weren't they kind of romantically involved?
Well, I think they just hooked up. I don't think they were girlfriend, boyfriend.
Okay.
They hung out for a while.
And then we hear, I think for the first time, that Max isn't a gold star.
Now I wonder, I hadn't even considered that he might be talking about Billy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you noticed, you mentioned that Tina looks good. Have you noticed that Tina has a better wardrobe this season?
It's ironic that you say that on the show where she wears white pants.
She wore white pants. Okay, well, white pants are not always out of the question. If you're very thin and blonde.
White pants.
Okay,
Elka.
Rewind to the planet. She's wearing this cute gray dress. Mm-hmm. And then think about last year when we hated Tina. She was wearing these bizarro suits with collars, like giant collars and stuff. And now, all of a sudden, Tina's at the planet wearing a cute little sundress or whatever. And Jody has a bizarro outfit with a weird collar. Did you notice that?
I noticed.
It's just like Tanya. They started dressing her bad, and that's our cue to hate her. And this is what's happening this season. Last season, Tina dressed bad, and we hated her. This season, Tina's dressing good, and we like her again. And they're starting to put Jody in weird-ass shit.
What was she
and
wearing?
We're starting to hate her. She had this thing with like a white collar and then a jacket, and there was bare skin, and it was like a weird geometric shape. Yeah. And then last week with the crimped hair.
Are we supposed to hate Bet? Because she's the worst dresser on the fucking show. Which is so weird. She usually dresses really well. She's not. I feel like they've aged her like 5 years by putting her in the outfits she's been wearing.
I don't know what's going on with Bet's wardrobe. It is a little hinky this season, but I'm saying they're using the wardrobe to tell us who we're supposed to like and who we're not supposed to like. And they're slowly switching out Tina and Jody.
I don't think they know about the white pants thing, so I'll give you that theory. I don't think that the wardrobe people know about the white pants thing. In certain circumstances, white pants are okay. Few, far between, rare circumstances, none of which have occurred on the L Word, and they don't know that. So they're not trying to cue us in on Tina, so okay. The Jody theory is valid.
Thank you.
Bet tries to get out of going to the lake unsuccessfully.
Oh, and she should have.
No shit. I think this is a huge, huge clue as to what's going to happen between those two.
So then Max comes up to Alice like, Mommy, look, I made a podcast. I made a podcast, guys. Hey, guys, look at my podcast.
What's on this podcast that he's so eager to show everyone, and why doesn't anybody want to... Why do they treat him like that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
They treat him like a piece of shit.
And yet he still keeps hanging around and doesn't get any friends of his own who might actually treat him respectfully.
Sometimes you start to question why these people are friends, but you could probably say that within your own circle of friends sometimes. Again, they're doing a podcast. Well, they call it a video podcast, but it's kind of called a vlog.
What's with the archetype pimpage?
What's with the word podcast being mentioned on every single... This is so retarded. Smack's like, hey,
listen to my podcast, guys. Guys, come on, I got a podcast! Yay!
And they're like, oh, I got to get this phone call.
I don't know. Why did they make such a big deal out of Max's podcast and then not let us know anything about it?
Well, obviously, we're going to find out.
Maybe it'll become wildly popular and Max will go on Oprah.
Oh, he's going to become a superstar, too? They can't all become famous millionaires. Why is everybody on the show like instantly turn into a success? Because they hang out at the planet.
So Alice decides that Tina should find a girl on our chart. She's like, oh, and they spent like 8 minutes of the show talking about our chart. I'm like, okay, it's a website.
That's how long it takes to get onto our chart because it sucks ass so fucking bad.
I tried to like it. I mean, it has its merits if you can ever get to them.
I don't know why they keep doing this. It's free advertising. That's all there is to it.
I wonder if anyone did try and find a girl on our chart.
I'm sure of it. People have hooked up on the planetcast.proboards106.com.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
Why is it different?
Because it's wine, and so it's tasteful. No, but you know what, though? If you could meet someone interesting on our chart, that would be a worthwhile thing.
If I could walk on water, it'd be cool, but I can't.
That's a dumb superpower, too. Ooh, look at me, I'm walking in the tub.
Not in the tub.
How does he take a bath?
Who?
Can he sit on water?
Who? Who are you talking about? Am I-
Jesus.
All right, wait.
Is he impervious to water? Can he swim if he wants to, or does he try and jump in and he's just like on the surface? Okay, moving on.
Who? I still don't know who you're talking
I'm
about.
talking about Jesus, because he
Oh,
walks on
Jesus. I mean, oh, Jesus. Mary and Joseph.
water. Anyhow, do you want to talk now about...
Wait, let's talk about this. You seem to simultaneously be against and for online dating.
I'm just like Hillary Clinton.
Fuck you! Fuck you right in the ass.
Edwards, baby. I am not against online dating at all. I've never tried it, only because I've been in a relationship since before televisions were invented.
All right, I don't know what's gotten into you. Apparently a bottle of champagne because you're acting quite feisty.
No, I have nothing against internet dating. I actually think it's, a good idea. Like, because when you say, where do you meet people, everybody's always like, go to the coffee shop, go to the bookstore.
What? Who the fuck says that?
Get a hobby.
The
like
coffee shop?
When you move someplace new and you're trying to find someone to date or hang out with, people always say, go to the coffee shop. You can meet people there. I don't want to meet people at Starbucks.
I don't think the coffee shop's a good way to go. What was your other example?
The bookstore.
The bookstore? Bunch of fucking nerds.
I don't want to have sex with someone who reads.
Well, it's not like where you go to pick up hot chicks.
Well, I'm just saying, like, internet dating, I'm sure it could be a way to weed out, to, like, find people with similar interests. I don't know if I would find someone on our chart to date.
No.
But you know what, though? I'm sure that you probably could.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
A certain type of person could.
You're making me sad.
Okay, so they said you can find someone you share common interests with by finding someone whose favorite book you approve of, because that really tells you a lot about someone.
That didn't work out for Jenny and
Adele. Yeah, if
No,
your
not
favorite
Adele.
book is some of her parts, then Jenny
No!
wants to date you.
Jenny and Marina.
They had the same
Favorite book.
Oh,
it
and
didn't
it
work
ended
out.
badly.
I don't think I would like people who liked my same favorite book.
Well, what favorite book would you look for in the person you wanted to date from our chart?
The Bible.
Christian girls are dirty. I would choose someone whose favorite book is The Sibley Guide to Birds.
You probably would. What book would you pick, though? If that was your only matching criteria.
The Pokey Little Puppy.
We move on to the prison yard, where Helena is collecting debt for Dusty. Do you think Dusty's middle name is Rose?
I don't think her given name is Dusty.
Given name?
Her Christian name. I don't think her name... I think Dusty is a nickname.
Why would
like
you get
Slash.
that? That's his real name.
Or Casey.
Well, why would she get that nickname? Like, she's walking around and she gets all dusty?
Yes, I'm sure that's
She used to be a maid, and her boss was like,
the other best friend's name is Mompy.
oh, God. You're slap happy and drunk.
Dad's name is
That's not even funny.
Sleepy. It's a happy drink. I said we were going to drink mimosas. So Tasha, her case is assigned to Beach, the homophobic military lawyer. You know you're in trouble when your lawyer starts rolling his eyes at you.
Do you think he's going to end up being an okay guy, or do you think that he's a total dickweed and they're going to end up using Joyce?
I don't think they're going to use Joyce, and I think she's going to use Beach, and I think she's going to lose, and it's not going to be about whether Beach is a good lawyer or not. It's because
He's
the
gay.
thing she's accused of is true. And plus, Alice can't lie. Alice is completely hopeless.
She's like, I can be on the down low. I can be your non-existent girlfriend. And Tasha's just looking at her like, I don't think you can, baby.
In real life, I think Tasha probably would have dumped Alice by now.
Who the hell would dump Alice?
Okay, you're right. Maybe not.
Get your head out of your ass.
Let me give
I
Katie
love
Lang
that
a call
phrase.
and ask her about it.
I love that phrase so much, but I especially like it when people say it like, not like I said it, but like this. Get your head out of your ass!
Like when they're driving.
Whatever. Get your head out of your ass. Nobody would dump Alice.
Okay, you're right. I can see why.
I'm not sure where this is headed. I can't just, my brain doesn't know.
I am 100% sure of how this thing with Tasha is going to go.
Oh, wow. Tell me.
It's going to end badly.
Well,
there is
can you be more specific?
nothing. She's going to get discharged and she's going to have a meltdown. There may be a suicide attempt involved at some point. Tasha is going to lose her shit and it's going to be really bad.
Suicide attempt.
Well,
she's
I'm
got
not sure
her whole
about that.
Shit together. That's her deal.
She said they're taking my whole life away from me. How many times has she said, this is my life, this is my whole life, the military, blah, blah, blah. The thing with Tasha is going to have to be really bad and horrible because if Tasha gets a happy ending, it undermines the political point they're trying to make.
Oh, now you're saying the L-word producers have a conscience? Come on, get your head out of your ass, seriously.
Quit saying that, chicken face.
Chicken face? I'm pretty sure that might be gross. Shit, that's the best you've got. Chicken face? Like a cooked chicken? Like a chicken? Like a piece of chicken? Or like a chicken head
like a
on my
bird.
head?
Like a bird.
Like a whole bird in lieu of a face? Man, you're
Sometimes
fucking
I think
high.
not swearing is more interesting than swearing because anyone could say fuck. But if you come up with something
It's the
original,
inflection.
maybe chicken face is a bad example.
Yes.
But
yes, it is.
Shut
Okay.
up, neckhole.
Okay, you suck at
I can't
this.
do it.
I know, just swear.
It's because you're a little sister, and so you're good at being obnoxious.
Well, I don't know what they're doing with the Tasha thing. First of all, your instincts never pan out on this show.
Because, yeah.
It's so anti-natural. Everything that happens on this show would never... That's not how things go. But,
Some of the things would really happen.
like, Angelica really would be like, I gotta poop.
She never said that.
What'd she say? I gotta lay one?
She said,
I
have to go potty.
No.
That's what she said.
I
She
heard-
gotta lay one.
I heard poop. I don't know where it's going, but my instincts tell me, like, if this were a real life situation, I would think that she would get discharged and live happily ever after with Alice, because that's probably what would really happen if those two got together. Obviously, that's not going to happen because nobody on the show can be happy. Don't you think in real life, if this were happening, she'd be like, I'm fucked. The jig is up.
Yes.
And she'd just be like, fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck everything.
And clearly, I mean, Alice is living large on the proceeds of her
Podcast.
So Bet and Jody go to Big Bear Lake so that Bet can be introduced to all Jody's really good
Lovely
friends.
But first, Bet tries to get out of it. I don't know if she was trying to get out of it. That seemed like a valid excuse to me.
I think she was just being a workaholic.
I think Jody's a bitch-ass bitch and is a selfish little hoe
I
bag.
think you're slightly out of line with that.
All right.
It sounds like once a year they have this weekend getaway to the cabin by the lake. I think that it's totally reasonable for her to say it's important to her. Bet already agreed to go. She wants to introduce her to her friends.
Okay.
I don't see anything weird about that.
You're right. I just don't like her, so I like to blame her for everything.
I was doing that too. At first I'm like, oh, Jody's such a bitch. And then I was like, no, Beth's kind of being a bitch.
I don't think she was being a bitch. I think she was just, like you said, being a workaholic.
It was kind of both. Okay, well, she did go on the weekend trip. Everybody's playing football, and you're sitting there doing your
Oh, well,
work.
later she's
Yeah.
a bitch. Yeah. So they do go to the lake. To Michelangelo's Sistine. That's so fucking flaky.
First of all, his name is not Michelangelo.
Seriously.
His name is...
Bob. He needs to
Yeah.
get his head out of his ass. Seriously. I mean, I'm pretty laid back, but he would have had a bloody nose at some point.
And a bloody ass, too.
By the bloody ass of Jesus. That boy would have been bloodied.
I can't stand guys like that. He was such an alpha male. He was hairy and unwashed.
He
and
was like
so
a straight,
arrogant
hippie.
He's the kind of guy that moves from Massachusetts to Wyoming and pretends like he's a mountain man.
I don't like him. I didn't like anything about him. Plus, he had like inferiority issues. The whole questioning about art. He's a giant dickhead.
The whole problem with him is he had to be the center of attention at every second. Such a... Ugh. I'm not a man hater, but I am a Michelangelo hater.
It was like reverse snobbishness or something. He acted like Bet was the one who was judging them, but in fact, he was the one judging her.
It was both, because she's an alpha female and he's an alpha male. There can't be two alphas, so he had to take it to a physical place where he threw her in the lake. Which was inappropriate. And in some situations, throwing someone in the lake is
hilarious and fun.
Perfectly acceptable. Yeah, and he like kept crossing her boundaries, and he's like this big hairy guy, and she's a woman, and he keeps touching her in ways that are clearly unwelcome.
You're such a feminist.
Oh my god.
What? It's not a bad thing to be a feminist. You're pointing out the inequalities here.
Him in particular, he's a piece of shit. But her friend, Jodi's other friends in general, the rest of them were completely nice and normal and friendly. And they tried to be accepting of Bet. And Bet was a little standoffish with everybody.
I would have been standoffish to those morning mojitos. That sounds like the grossest thing ever.
There's sugar syrup and mint. You don't want sugar syrup first thing in the morning. That's disgusting.
I don't like mojitos anyway, but especially in the morning.
Mojitos are only appropriate on a super hot late afternoon, and then you stay up all night drinking them on the patio. No one needs sugar syrup for breakfast. And I like to start drinking early, so it's not about the rum. Also, I thought Bet was kind of stupid to be embarrassed by the loud fucking. You should laugh about it. They teased her, and she should have been like, "Yeah, baby." She should have done the
symbol,
the symbol that Jodi taught them. They even woke up the deaf people. If you're gonna be waking up the deaf, then you better have a sense of humor about it in the morning.
I didn't really like her group of friends, and I didn't think that those friends seemed like they'd be her friends based on her other friends that she's had. Michelangelo is supposed to be her BFF in the whole world.
I totally see it.
What? I don't get it. I don't get her.
It is really hard to meet your new girlfriend's friends. Remember when I met her, it was like, ka-ching, ka-ching, badness everywhere.
Whatever. You were just being closed-minded like Bet.
I know.
Yeah, that bitch crazy. While Bet is out having a miserable time at the lake, Tina's having a lovely time with fake titty girl. I can't say titty anymore. It's too yucky.
Apparently, if you would just go onto our chart, you could find a 28-year-old blonde heart doctor who fucks on the first date. Sign me up. First of all, she didn't say she's a cardiologist. She said she's a heart doctor.
She's a young, hot, art-collecting heart doctor from the internet.
With augmented, finger quotes, breasts.
Okay, the only thing that would make this situation more realistic is if she actually turned out that she worked at KFC and she was lying. And that's like the people's house who she mows the lawn on the weekend. Because why the fuck would a heart doctor...
This is her first internet date, and it's this girl.
This is my prediction, is that we're going to see a bucket of chicken in that lady's hands before the end of the season.
Do you think she's still dating her? Where do they have left to go?
She was cute.
She was pretty hot, and she likes to talk dirty, apparently, even though that didn't seem especially dirty to me. Spread your legs open. That's dirty talk?
I thought that the dirty talk was very clean, and it didn't sound authentic at all. It sounded like she was reading it from an index card.
Do lesbians say tits? Like, you have nice tits?
Yes.
That seems like a very male thing to say.
No, women say that, and I don't like it. It's because there's not a good word for them. There's not a sexy word for them. You can't say, like, you have beautiful breasts. It sounds so fucking feminazi. And then there's, like, boobs, which is just like, boobs, they're so silly, boobs, jiggly boobs. Tits is like, all I can think of are teats. And that's
like just, on a cow,
yes,
right?
Yes. I don't like it. I don't like the way it sounds. The imagery is not attractive. It reminds me of breastfeeding or something.
And then there's like jugs, knockers.
Those are sexist male terms. Yeah, I don't.
Hooters.
Okay, like everybody uses these words, like they're silly, whatever. In conversation, she's got nice boobs. That's totally fine. But if you're actually talking to the person upon which the boobs reside, You don't say, like, you have beautiful boobs. That's just weird. What do you say?
What do I
What
say?
do you say? You have your mouth full usually. I don't know what. You don't usually say.
My family listens to this.
Okay, we'll cut that out.
No, leave it in. They know.
All right, well, I don't think there's a good word to say.
You're right.
We should make one up.
We'll think about it. If you think of something, our phone number is 206-203-3552.
That's good. For the next episode of the chart, it has to be a completely made-up word or at least partially original.
Maybe
So-
another language has a good word.
Oh, like whatever they say for boobs.
Yeah.
Breasts. Breasticles.
Tatas.
Again, you wouldn't say that to someone, though.
That's like what you say to a hungry baby.
You know what I think
Do you want some boob,
people
honey?
say?
What?
What?
That's what you'd say to like a hungry baby.
Well, that's weird. I'm talking sexually. Let's not bring breastfeeding into this. Sorry, I just had convulsions.
Quit twitching.
Okay. Hey, let's get back.
Breastfeeding is so unnatural.
Jesus fucking Christ. What was I saying?
You're talking about boobs, as usual.
I was going to say, you know what some people do? Some people say.
But that's only one part.
No, but some people use that word instead of like saying touch my boobs. They'll be like, I
Okay,
can't.
don't say that. You can't say that on the podcast.
My
Oh!
Why?
That is too dirty. You're making me have funny feelings. You have
Wait.
to cut this out.
Literally, really?
Yes. You have to cut that out. You can't say that. It's too dirty. Have you ever had sex with a girl that had fake boobs?
No. I've touched fake boobs a lot. But I haven't had sex with anybody with fake boobs.
Because Tina had a weird look on her face, didn't she?
She seemed surprised, and obviously, what are you going to do? Even if you're grossed out, well, first of all, she had to know.
Well, she was wearing like a cardigan or something, so Tina may not have
I
known.
really doubt somebody on this show is wearing a cardigan.
The point is, I think Tina may have been a little turned off by the fake boobs, but by then, what's she going to do? They're both half naked.
Beggars can't be choosers.
They look nice when the person is wearing clothes. Some of them look okay when a girl's naked, but some of them really don't. They never feel right, do they?
No.
If you choose to do that, it's more like you care how you look more than you care how nice it is to actually fuck you. Don't you think? Because even small boobs feel nice. They just don't look as good. Before you write me angry emails, I have small boobs, okay? So I don't want the itty-bitty titty committee sending me an email campaign about how I offended them and their small boobs.
People should be able to label themselves as being a member of that group on the forum. If you want to be in,
or the
if you want to be in
IBTC.
the IBTC, just send me a message and I'll change your thing from
We're
member
going to need
to
some
that.
proof, though.
Oh my God.
Regardless of what Jenny says, it
Jenny?
wasn't. Well, Jenny said nobody wants to see Nina having sex, but it was
thought it was
pretty
semi-hot.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't really show much, but it was like, I kind of felt, finally, she's getting some.
Yeah, with someone who's attractive.
You're right. I don't think she's coming back, that character, because they didn't show anything else about the entire date. They came in that door and started having sex. She's like, oh, you collect art. Spread your legs! I think Tina was slightly put off by the fake boobs, but what are you going to do? They're already in your hands. You'd be like, oh my God. Are these fake boobs? Oh my God. These aren't even real, are they? Like, you're there. Embrace them. Literally.
Maybe she liked him.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if that was genuine or not. I feel like there might be a little joke later in the show about it, but that'd be mean.
It's interesting that they chose to even write that into the script.
And
It's one of those things that everybody knows about, but nobody talks about it.
People talk about it all the time. Everybody knows how everybody feels about it.
Okay, but I mean, like, on television, a lot of the women on television have fake boobs, but no one ever says anything about it in the actual show.
You're right. I don't recall ever seeing a shirtless woman with fake boobs talking about, oh, yes, I had them augmented.
If it were a straight show, the girl wouldn't just say they're fake if she was fucking a guy. Even though he would obviously know they were fake, they would have this weird thing where they both pretend they're real or I don't know what straight people do. I don't know why I'm speculating.
Speculating?
I don't know either.
I don't think men pay attention. There's like, boob.
That's how I am.
Boobs.
Oh my God.
You are.
So happy now.
You're definitely one of the most boob-crazed women I've known. It's weird. You really love boobs. All kinds of boobs. You stare at women's boobs.
I don't stare.
Yes, you do.
I check them out.
You gawk
Sometimes
and
I do.
salivate. Jody wanted to stay at the lake, I think, when Bet drove up and was like, Kit got robbed.
I kind of think she should have stayed. I think Bet should have been like, well, I have to go, but if you want to stay, you can, because what's she going to do in L.A.?
Well, it was one of those control issues. She's like,
It
your bag's
was.
packed. Get in the car, bitch.
It was. And I think that was a little inappropriate on Bet's part. Bet should have gone.
Well, that was the whole point of that scene.
Yeah. I don't like these people. I'm taking you away from them. Them pushing Jody around in a tire swing was like an Old Navy commercial. Her arms were all outstretched. She's like, wee! In the
was weird.
sunlight by the lake. What the hell? It's weird, this whole Bet and Jody thing, because ordinarily it would be really good for Bet to be with someone that didn't let her get away with her domineering crap, introduces her to other people, because they
Yeah.
mentioned even on the show that they're all in this tight little circle of friends that they never go out of. So it seems like it should be good for Bet. But it just comes down to that Bet and Jody don't belong together.
We don't want them to be together. That's what it is.
It is. There's nothing wrong with Jody. There's just something wrong with Jody and Bet.
I just think that some people's weird qualities, whatever it may be, in Bet's case, she's a control freak. I think it can be endearing. I think some people's weird qualities, although they're annoying to most, when it's endearing to a few, those are the few people you should hang out with. It's not like she's hurting anyone. She's a control freak.
When I see Bet and Jody together, it does make me think of how Tina doesn't really challenge Bet in any way. They don't ever do anything different together or exciting.
Not now. They're broken up. They
But
had
even
a
if-
baby.
If they got back together, I could just see them
They
sitting at
wanted
home.
to have sex with a man together. That's pretty different and challenging.
That was a long, long time ago. I just imagine Bet and Tina sitting home on a Saturday night playing Scrabble if there's nothing going on at the planet.
So do you think that if Bet and Tina do end up getting back together, they're going to be different
Different how? What do you mean?
than they were before they broke up? Like they were this kind of outdated LBD.
In the show, they'll be different, but in real life, they'd be exactly the same as they were before, unhappy and bitchy. Why would Bet have to go back to LA just to stop Kit from drinking? Kit's a grown-ass woman. She's not going to drink if she's...
She wanted to get away.
Yeah.
At the same time, that's
She-
pretty serious.
She scapegoated Kit's alcoholism for her own desire to leave. Like, she should have been like, I need to comfort her. She's freaking out. Not, I need to make sure she doesn't drink.
I don't think that's the correct use of the word scapegoated.
No, I was...
You were really like, I don't know, was it? I don't know.
And if Kit were that sort of person who would demand you come rescue her whenever she's upset so that she doesn't
I don't
keep
think
drinking...
she demanded it.
No, I'm saying, but if she did, that would be totally manipulative and
She
bad.
didn't do that. The
I
woman
know.
got robbed at gunpoint.
Right, that's a totally separate issue from her alcoholism.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, she needs to go comfort her. She doesn't need to start telling everybody, my sister's an alcoholic, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's bad enough to get robbed. That freaks your shit out.
How did that come up?
She's like, I have to get back to L.A. before she has a drink. I thought that was a little unfair to Kit.
Why was Kit robbed? This season is very interesting. I don't know why anything... Usually, like, the first, second, and third episodes come out, and I've predicted half the season already. Think back. I've been a very reliable predictor. This season, like, I don't know what's going on with any character on the... Okay, Max, pretty obvious what's going to happen. Nobody else. I have no clue. Nothing. I'm drawing a blank here. It's great. I love it.
The thing with Kit happened because the first 4 seasons she's had these romantic intrigues and none of them works out and they're lame. And it's like, what are we going to do with Kit in season 5? Another failed romance? Let's do something different. That's why she got robbed. Because Kit needs drama that's not sex related because we're getting bored of Kit's relationship drama. And they can't just milk the alcohol thing every season.
So robbery, though? Like, hello, we're doing a podcast in here. Rude ass cat.
She looks very sorry.
She does. She looks lonely. But what do you think's going to happen? Exactly. You don't know. We don't know. I have no idea what's happening with any of the characters. And this whole thing with Kit is just another wrench thrown in the mix. So I've been fighting off bursting into tears this entire show.
This came out of nowhere.
I am really genuinely sad about this.
I really didn't know that I liked Helena.
What?
And then I didn't know I liked her, and then all of a sudden I was like totally upset. Surprisingly.
That was so sad. I can't even believe it.
Came out of nowhere. What the hell?
Aren't they listening?
Just
Get
like
rid
bam.
of the annoying people, not the pretty boobed people. I don't even know why they did it. Do you think she got a better offer? I don't know either. It's sad.
I don't understand why they would get rid of Helena and keep some other characters who I won't name. But it's completely lame.
I don't even have anything to say about it. Like, it's just disappointing. It's kind of cool how they didn't, make her leave the country. Like, they could have fucked her over like they did with so many other characters that are gone now. But what are we supposed to believe? She's left the country with Dusty Rose?
I did think that it isn't a bad way to leave the show. You're going to run off to some tropical island with your jailhouse lover. That's not a bad way to go. And also, ironically, I think Helena's behavior of just running off with this girl is very similar to what her mother would do. Peggy's always running off to some tropical island with her newest lover.
It's just sad. Yeah, it happened. Okay, now Rachel Shelley's gone. But it's just sad to me. Like, I really liked her.
It's a good thing they wrote her children out of the script, or else she might actually
Oh
feel
my
sad
God.
about leaving the country
I completely forgot about them.
on the run as a fugitive.
Oh
Go
my
live with her
God.
Dutch lover.
What the fuck? Where are her kids?
Yeah, seriously.
She's took care of them kids.
How long has she been in jail? She hasn't seen them for a while. Is she running to New York
I forgot.
so they can see Mummy? No, she's running off to some flower-shaped island.
Whatever. Those kids were kind of assholes anyway. They were. Don't you remember how spoiled they were? Well, there's always room for you here at the Planet Cast, Rachel.
Yeah. She'll at least come back here and there. She can't be gone forever just like that.
Well, she had a goodbye kiss, which was hysterical.
This is just the beginning.
That was great. And I totally related to that.
What do you mean you related to it?
Hasn't that ever happened to you? I know it has. Like, you're in some totally friendly embrace, and then you might not act on it, but you're like, what's going on with me? What am I feeling here? I thought that was very accurate. Very, very accurate there. And Shane was just like, what the fuck?
She's like, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that. I don't know what is happening to me.
I'm morphing.
And Helena's
Help!
like, Shane, I gotta go.
Helena is the first woman who's turned Shane down for a while. It was actually sad when she was saying goodbye to Alice. I was actually thinking that she was saying goodbye, that Rachel Shelley was saying goodbye to Leisha Haley, and it made me sad.
Well, it was sad. Alice let her live with her. They were friends. They both slept with Poppy in the same day. And then she's like, I'm leaving and I can't tell you where. Bye. And Alice is just like, well, I'm going to miss you.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
That was the point.
I'm going to have to start reading spoilers because I was upset.
No.
I was upset by that.
You're
And
not
I
gonna read
feel
spoilers.
that it's unfair to me not to know if she's ever coming back or not.
She's never coming back.
She is, I think.
No.
She's in the opening credits. It doesn't say featuring.
After next
Like,
week,
she's part
she
of
won't
the
be.
cast.
Next week, she'll be gone.
I hope that you're wrong. I hope she's gone for a couple weeks and then comes back.
I hope I'm wrong too, but I don't think so. But Dusty will be back as another character probably.
Third time.
That was our show.
So to me, the episode ended on a very upsetting and disappointing note. I really don't want Rachel Shelley to leave the show, and I didn't even know I liked her.
She's one of my favorites. I don't know. They're
Looked
all
good
so.
naked and stuff.
Yeah, she was good. She was good for the show, so I'm surprised that she's gone also, but I mean, shit happens. That's
That's very perceptive, Casey.
No, but think of other shows where somebody, okay, on Lost, the people who have been killed off. Okay, you're right, they're all assholes.
I almost cheered when Charlie drowned.
I was sad when Marina left. Not this sad, though. Like, I really feel so sad. You know, tips might make me feel better.
You need to stop, seriously.
But it's funny.
Stop talking about our tip jars at theplanetcast.blogspot.com. It's very crass.
But people don't know that our tip jars at theplanetcast.blogspot.com.
It might make us feel a little bit better about Helena being gone. Do you think the Rachel Shelley fans are upset?
Yeah!
I know.
This is her only gay role she's ever going to have in her life.
Yeah.
It's so weird when you see some of the actors on the show, and obviously you like them probably more because they're playing a gay character, and then they go to some other realm, and they're playing a straight person, and you don't like them anymore.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird to me. Can you imagine liking Rachel Shelley in any other role?
No.
I mean, she's
You're right.
a pretty
It's
good
like,
actress.
I like
but
Helena.
yeah. We're assholes.
What do you mean? No, we're not.
We don't even like Rachel Shelley, and we're sitting here saying we do, but really we just like the made-up character that she played. I like her real boobs.
We actually had a thread on the forum, like, what would be the most awkward hookups? Mm-hmm. Okay, Shane and Helena, awkward. Very
it was
awkward.
a little awkward, but it wasn't totally bizarre.
No, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it going further than that weird smooch.
You get out of prison. You go to the planet for your welcome back party. Your mom's being a total fuckface. And then you're like, I gotta get out of here. You leave through the back door. Did you notice how she smoked the cigarette?
Yeah.
She was smoking that cigarette like she was still in prison. She's like... And then this girl who you were friends with, kind of, tries to make out with you after you tell her you're leaving. And now she's going to run away with her prison lover? Do you think she has enough money to get her out of jail? I'm so confused. I'm confused by this whole show this season. It's great. Seriously, I don't want it to be predictable. I love that I have no idea what's going to be going on.
You don't even know which personality a character's going to have from week to week.
True.
Jenny is not even a human anymore. Yeah. It's like when you look at her eyes, there's nothing there.
She needs to get her priorities straight. That girl whacked. Scenes from next week.
Next week, Bet finds out that Tina fucked augmented tit girl on the first date, and
don't say tit.
The scenes from next
week.
Max
is going to explain the technology of Firewire 2.0 to us. He's going to explain the difference between LCD televisions and plasma televisions. Next week on the L Word.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of Kit, because she hasn't been very present this season, and now that she's got a plot going, then we'll get to see how Kit responds to this traumatic event, because getting robbed is really freaky.
How do you know? Have you ever been robbed?
Well, our house got robbed. I wasn't there. But even that was freaky.
You weren't there.
I just said I wasn't there.
Oh, I thought you said I was there.
That would be fucking weird. But no, like, even that, the house getting robbed when you're not home is really freaky.
That's not robbed. That's burglarized. Robbed is like, give me all your money, bitch.
Okay, no.
If I ever am a robber, I could use that voice.
I'm just saying that it's a really freaky thing.
Feel free to email us, theplanetcast@gmail.com, or you can call our forum hotline at 206-203-3552.
If you want to hook up with a 28-year-old blonde cardiologist, you should visit our forum at theplanetcast.proboards106.com.
I think that about wraps it up. Adios, amigas.
Puppies. Puppies.
I am above the law, I am above the law, I am above the law, I am above. But who are you? Are you a name? Do you have a face? And when the night folds with the wet heat and I can't seem to find my feet alone, she prevails and I feel fine. She wakes me up and I come to. When a long blonde comes out from the blue, you wait. And she's harmless and I feel fine.
Something's going on with my headphone. This really is just like falling apart on top of my head right now. You don't
The
understand.
wires are sticking
Ow!
out.
I think I was just electrocuted.
Nuh-uh.
No, but it pinched me. Okay.
Oh.
I need a sexual cleanse. I'm off sex. It's obviously making me crazy. Can you hear me? Okay. I knew you were going to finish off that bottle of champagne. Oh my God. I thought you were going to finish it in one drink.
Sushi.
Feel free to contact us. No. Feel free to contact us by emailing us. No.
Email us.
Feel free to email us. theplanetcast@gmail.com. So Tina and Alice enter the gym wearing God.
When you do that, your boobies jiggle. If you need more L word talk to tide you over until next week's episode, you can check out our forum at theplanetcast.proboards106.com, where you can talk about the latest episodes.
You sound like shit. You sound like you're falling asleep.
I am.
Well, just
okay,
say it.
you interrupt me all the time when I start saying this, but you never say anything better, and then you never let me finish, and so then it's really hard to edit.
You finished it. I'm just saying it sounded kind of shitty. You went like...
Well, then you do it. You interrupt me every time I'm closing the show. So do it yourself then.
Fine, I will.